Welcome. There are two very powerful phrases in the practice of Tai Chi Gung that I wanted to share with you today. One is, do the thing, get the power. Do the thing, get the power. And the other is, empty your cup. Empty your cup. So, most people, if they understood how their mind and beliefs and actions worked, they discover that the vast majority of what they're doing today, they were doing the same thing, thinking the same things a year ago, and 5 years ago, and for some people 10, 20, 30 years ago. The quality of their thoughts, the quality of the life force flowing through them is essentially the same. So in a life of spiritual transformation, you're going to dedicate a certain portion of your time to making changes, right? To change the quality of your thinking, to change the quality of your breathing, of your moving, of your action. So there's a secret inside that first phrase, do the thing, get the power. Many people are sort of trapped in this idea, well, if I study this for 10 years, then I can figure out how to do it, and I won't have to go through all of the difficulties, right? And there's the other way of thinking is, if I do something, I'm going to learn a lot more than if I think about it or read about it in a book. Now, there's a balance, right? You don't just go driving off a cliff, right, with no context. What happens in the study of Tai Chi Gung is that you spend time connecting to the life force, and the life force really shortens the learning curve. We're talking about superconscious action, superconscious thought, intuitions to solutions in a fraction of the time or instantly. It's that idea of, okay, I know this is the right thing, and then tomorrow when I do my Tai Chi Gung, I get the next right thing to do. And then all of a sudden something that is in the world takes 7 to 10 years, you're going to do it in like 2.5 or 6 months, right? So there's a leveraging of the life force because you understand that you're co-creating with the divine and that there's no limitations, and you're starting to live that. It's really amazing to have that experience. When you go to take a step up, the tendency is to forget to let go of where you were. Have this interesting analogy I sometimes do in class. I say, okay, this will work. All right. So I have these malas, right? So I have the malas, and what I want to do is I want to pick up my guitar pick. In order to pick up my guitar pick, I have to set down my malas to pick up my guitar pick. And it's kind of like, well, duh, you know? But people don't think about that in relationship to the patterns of their thinking or the patterns of their action. In order for you to pick up the malas in the same hand, you have to put down this to pick this up. That is the analogy or the simple explanation behind empty your cup. Empty your cup. So was it Aristotle or Plato said, the more I learn, the less I know. The whole idea of being a perpetual, empty, receiving human being. Very, very powerful lesson. And along the way, what happens is that in order for that superconscious experience to grab hold and dominate, you learn to cooperate, almost like get out of the way. Brahms used to say, when I'm composing really well, the intelligence of the piece of music that I'm writing is guiding my pen, So as you're looking for longevity and health and abundance in wealth, but also abundance in relationships, these things are offered especially to those who are willing to humble themselves enough to connect to the life force. And what's kind of ironic is it takes a very high level of self-esteem to be able to receive that abundance, and then a high level of responsibility that shares it generously, right? So it's a fascinating and very simple process of surrender from one day to the next, from 1 year to the next, being able to get up and reimagine who you could be and where you could go and who you could meet, right? As opposed to what happened before, right? And so this all comes into focus as you learn to participate with the energy consciously. In other words, when you feel the energy, your frequency raises, and as your frequency gets higher and higher, you can see more and more clearly. It's a wonderful thing. I'd invite you to try a class. For new students here in the Denver area, if you go to the website, you can register and get a digital card. And that card is good for 30 days. And you can come to any class during that 30-day period and give it a try and see what you think. I'd look forward to meeting you if you are drawn to it. Thank you.